So this is an Adria 613DT Isonzo. I'm just going to take you around the van and show you how it works. The hitch up procedure, we show you in person when you're here on site, and we have got a separate video for that I can send you. At the front of the van, you've got your gas regulator and gas bottle. You've got your gas valve on top, like most gas bottles do, on and off. And then you've got a reverse thread gas fitting on the top here, so you have to turn the thread the opposite way to undo it. Going down the far side of the van, you've got your act roll and water pump connected to the side of the van. So the water pump, very simple to use. Pull the trigger back and pull it out, or push the trigger in. Pull the trigger back and push into the side of the van to connect it. So that's your water pump and act roll. That's how you would set that up. In the side of the van, you've got your 110 leisure battery on this particular van. The person will start to power it, and then we've got a power lead coming out the side of the van, connecting to the power point on site. The motor mover power switch you see in there will demonstrate while you're here on site. As I said, the motor mover will come back to when you're here, and then we've got the wheel nuts, which we also torque before you leave site, so you can see they've been tightened correctly. Just above the wheel arch, you have the fridge vents, one at the top of the van and one lower down. One takes in some cool air and one blows out the warm air from the fridge unit. Coming down to the back of the van, you've got your toilet system. So in the top here, you'd undo this with the keys, and you put 3.5 litres of water in there and a cap full of the pink fluid. Then in the bottom, you've got your toilet cassette, which we'll undo to show you how that works. Toilet cassette, you release it by pulling the handle up at the bottom and pulling towards you. The neck here that you see turns out and the cap comes off, so you can empty the waste away inside the cassette. However, before you use this, you need to put 1 litre of water into the cassette and a cap full of the blue fluid. On the back of the cassette just there, you have a pressure relief, so when you're emptying the waste away, it doesn't spit and splatter. So I do advise you press that button when you're emptying the cassette into the waste point on site. Back of the van, you've got your wind down legs on each side. As you can see, this one's down for handover purposes. The other one is still up at the moment, but when you are on site, we do recommend that you put all 4 legs down, or we do tell you to put all 4 legs down, should I say, sorry, to make the van stable when you are inside of it. Going down this side of the van, you've got your underbed storage, which means you can get to the storage facility underneath the bed, but you can also do that from the inside as well. Then coming down the side, you have got your wet locker at the front of the van, so if you've got any wet clothing items or wet boots, etc., you can put them in there, and there is a 3-pin plug in the back there, so you can run power to your awning if you have one. Next along at the front is your barbecue gas point. Now the gas fittings you can purchase from eBay or ourselves here at the caravan company. Once you've got the gas fitting in place, you turn the gas valve open, and that will allow the gas through to the item you're trying to run. On the front of the van, the wind down legs are just underneath the front there, as you can see. And again, you have to wind them down with the winder bar that is provided in the front locker. Coming inside of the caravan, with your water system connected on the outside of the van, you're first of all going to come over to your master power switch on the wall here. When the master power switch is off, you'll see that all the control panels on the wall turn off. And when you turn it on, all of it comes on, and if you've got the lights turned on, they will also come on at the same time. Before you fill the water system, the cupboard just as you come in the door, you will need to go down the floor, down this corner, as you can see here. And you'll need to make sure all of the valves, as you can see here, this is like the yellow one here, and the drain down valve that's here, so these are both drain down valves. You'll need to make sure they're both in the position they're in now. If you ever want to drain the water system, you'd open the valve up like so, and the same with this one, so you can drain down the water system on board the caravan. So to fill it, you'd leave the valves in that position. You'd come over to the taps on each on the caravan. Open up the taps on the hot side, as you can see. And also in the bathroom and the shower as well. So the bathroom sink, you'd do the same. Open the tap on the hot side, there, and the same with the shower one as well. I'm not going to open that completely up for a moment due to the fact that I don't want water going everywhere in the van. But to bleed the system, with the act roll connected on the outside, you'd then come back to the water pump on the wall up here. and you then press the water pump button, and once the caravan has got water pressure through, the water will run continuously on all of the taps. So as you can see here, it's coming through on the tap in the kitchen, and we'll just go through to the bathroom one just to show you it's coming through in there as well. As I said, you would do this with the shower one as well, but I don't want to get the shower tray soaking wet before it travels down the road. You then shut the taps off, so that's the kitchen sink one and the bathroom and the shower. So you then shut the tap off, and then you can go to your control panel for your heating and hot water. So up here on the wall, you can see at the moment we've got an internal temperature on the caravan of 26 degrees, and we've got mains power coming into the van. Temperature you see below is the external temperature of the caravan. To set the heating and the power supply you've got coming into the caravan, you can hit the menu button, and at the top here you've got your plus and minus arrows for the room temperature, as you can see. So you can set the room temperature where you'd like it. This goes right up to 30 degrees. I'm not going to do that today because it's quite warm outside. Below that you've got your option for your hot water. So to turn the hot water on, you turn the hot water on once, which is around 35 to 40 degrees of water temperature. Then if you want to boost the water system for when you're showering, you can hit the button a second time, and as you can see here, this triangle goes completely black, which means it's on boost. If it's halfway up, that is just water heating on. Now the next one down here, the power symbol, is the amount of power you've got coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on. So for instance, if you have 1 kilowatt available, and you'd only be able to find out the power you've got coming into the van from the site office or on their website. So do ask them when you arrive on site, what power source can I run my heating and hot water on? So it's going to set it to 1 kilowatt, which is the maximum power we can run here on site, which means then when I turn on the heating or the hot water, that will kick in and start operating at the temperatures you've asked it to. If you're on a site where you want to use gas because you're off grid, it's very simple to do. You'd still turn on your main power switch, so you get a 12 volt supply coming through the caravan. However, then you can press the gas button, and with the gas bottle on, the heating and hot water system will self-ignite on gas. If for any reason it comes up with gas fail down the bottom of the screen here on the home screen, so on this screen here, it'll come up with gas fail there. That means there's no gas through the system, and we would advise that you go to the hob for the cooker and bleed the gas system off there, so you've got gas coming all the way through the system. Cooker and oven, again, very simple to use, very much like your household items. Coming over to the fridge itself, you've got power on the end here. So you turn on the power for the fridge on this button on the end. At the moment it's trying to ignite on gas. It won't do that at the moment because the gas bottle's turned off. So what it will do is, if it fails to ignite, it will start flashing the pilot light symbol just here. So this is your pilot light for the heating system, a bit like your boiler at home. So you'd set that to the power source you want to use and the temperature you want to use. To do that, you press and hold the grey button. And then you can use the arrows left or right to select the power supply. So the battery symbol is the 12 volt supply when you are towing with your car, so that you can use the fridge as a cool box and get the beers and wine nice and cold. On 12 volt, you won't have the option to select the temperature of the fridge. It will be a preset temperature that kicks in at. If you want to go to mains, you can do that by hitting the grey button, and then you can use the arrows left or right to select the temperature on the fridge itself. To set the temperature, and that's the same on gas, you hit the grey button here and that will set the temperature for the fridge and gas system, depending on what you are using it on. Take you through to the bathroom next, so you can see how the toilet system works. As I've explained from the outside, you do need to put the chemicals into each compartment before use. But on the toilet itself, you've got an electric flush up top here. You've got a full indicator light for your waste cassette that I showed you underneath the van. That will turn red when the cassette is full. And when you are using the loo, you'll need to push round the waste flap here so it allows the waste to go into the cassette under the van. When it's not in use, we do advise you shut that off so there's no smells coming into the caravan itself. If you have any further questions on this caravan, please do give us a call here at the Caravan Company and we'll do all we can to assist you over the phone. Any other problems, please contact our workshop department and they'll be able to help you further. Thank you very much. Bye bye.